Hello everyone, welcome to this video where I'm excited to showcase how to generate a bunch of images using the automatic 1111 interface. Firstly, I go where it's installed and start the program. Let me check for updates first. No updates are available. Now, for those who might not be familiar, Automatic 1111 is a user interface designed specifically for stable diffusion. After initiating the program, it usually takes a bit of time, but eventually, it'll open up in the web browser. Additionally, if you prefer, you can also establish a connection using the IP address displayed on the screen. Now, let me mention that Automatic 11, even in its current form, can be quite challenging for newcomers due to its various tabs and settings. For today's session, our focus is primarily on mass production. The selected page should be TXT to image. At the bottom of the page, I'm selecting prompts from file or text box as the scripture down at the bottom of this page. To generate a list of prompts automatically, I'll be leveraging the capabilities of ChatGPT. Now, keep in mind this is my preferred method, but feel free to write your own prompts or utilize your favorite AI program for this purpose. Utilizing this approach enables us to swiftly generate diverse prompts, saving us valuable time and producing satisfying outcomes. I've prepared a prompt in advance, and now I'll paste it into the interface. Specifically, I prefer the lines to be formatted in a table-like structure for better organization and readability. I'm excluding prompts related to subjects like people and animals as they might not generate visually appealing images. Instead, I'm focusing on prompts with more abstract and positive themes like beautiful and superior. These additional positive words I've included will have an influence on the nature of the prompts being generated. It's fascinating to consider that a profession centered around crafting prompts might emerge in the future. ChatGPT works like a volunteer worker, writing lines for me. The generated prompts might be a bit shorter than anticipated, but nonetheless, I'm eager to proceed. Now, I'll simply copy all these prompts and paste them into the interface of Automatic 1111. To view the images that will be generated, we'll simply click on the folder icon within the interface. All the newly generated images will be automatically saved in this designated folder, sorted by today's date. During the process of generating prompts using ChatGPT, I made sure to take note of specific words that I prefer to avoid. To rectify this, I'll reintroduce these negative words back into the exclusion list. I've set the image size to be 512 pixels for this batch. Alright, let's kick things off and start the generation process. Some processes have started in the background. The first image and description have arrived. These text files share identical names with the corresponding images and contain crucial parameters such as the used prompts, model name, and seed. This setup makes the entire process highly suitable for automation, which is quite convenient. Upon initial inspection, I've noticed a few images that appear a bit odd or out of place. A useful workaround is to generate a larger number than required and subsequently remove any undesired or low-quality images. Ordinarily, I would swiftly remove these images, but I'd like to take a moment to demonstrate something unique here. Interestingly, among these images, there are two that were meant to be horizontal but have somehow shifted and appear vertically. I'm opening this in Photoshop. To rectify this alignment, I'll utilize the rectangular selection tool in Photoshop to highlight the upper section. Once selected, I'll perform a layer via cut action to separate this marked portion onto a new layer. Consequently, the selected area has now been transformed into an independent layer. Using the Move tool, I'll readjust these layers to align them properly. Thankfully, after adjustments, the lower image now fits into place seamlessly. Despite its unrelated nature to the image generation process, I'll proceed to remove this particular image as well. Despite several attempts to fine-tune the settings, unfortunately, I couldn't entirely eliminate these irregularities from the images. Interestingly, on occasion, perfectly composed images like these naturally come into existence without extensive effort. Especially when I don't try too hard. Surprisingly, these remarkable outcomes often happen when I'm not putting excessive effort into the process. Well, regardless of their quality, the generation process has resulted in a collection of images. I'll delve deeper into addressing any quality concerns in the subsequent phase of this project.